Welcome to another edition of Bowie TV Sports Spotlight. During this hour, we're bringing you highlights from our shows focused on all things sports in the DMV. Please be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. First up on Pitt Sports Zone, Virginia State University wide receiver Malik Hunter shares his thoughts after being invited to the HBCU Legacy Bowl game in New Orleans. On Baltimore Ravens Rundown, we catch the highlights and press conferences from the Ravens' tough Week 18 loss against the Pittsburgh Steelers to end their season. Lastly, we take a look at highlights and press conferences from the Commanders' final Week 18 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't go anywhere, and as always, enjoy this week's episode of Bowie TV Sports Spotlight, and have a safe and happy New Year. What's going on, everybody? We are back for another episode of Pittsburgh Zone, talking HBCU Legacy Bowl 2025. And again, we have another well-deserved and earned student athlete with us, Malik Hunter, wide receiver of Virginia State University. How you doing today, man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you joining me on this tonight.
Oh, one more time. I can't.
No, I said I appreciate you joining me tonight.
Oh, yes, sir. Definitely appreciate the invite.
So listen, man, let's go ahead and break you off with a couple icebreakers first, all right? So first off, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food, I say, really anything barbecue. I like everything.
Anything barbecue?
Anything like that.
Okay. Secondly, what's your favorite vacation or dream destination?
Dream destination, I say Aruba. I don't know. Since I was young, I always just said I wanted to go to Aruba.
Okay. All right. Now, last icebreaker question. Who is your favorite NFL team?
I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan for life.
Dang, this is two in a row.
Yeah. Cowboys, man. You see me coming back.
Oh, man. Okay. I know it's been a minute, man, since 95, 96 when y'all paid off my Steelers.
Yeah, I ain't get to see us one yet. I need to see one.
So listen, man, I definitely, again, appreciate you for joining me tonight. I really definitely want to take this moment to, want to give you your flowers, highlight you, and allow you to share your story your way.
Mm-hmm.
Before we start, can you give me one memorable game, one of your best or memorable games from this year and why?
This year?
Yeah.
I'll say my homecoming game this year versus Bluefield State. It was emotional for me because I'm a 4-year guy here. Like really, one of Frazier's my coaches. Like when he first came, I'm his first guy. So it was just emotional. My 4th year here, homecoming, I had a good game. At around 7 catches, 150 and a touchdown. So
yeah, that was a senior send off for sure. The crazy thing is, Coach Frazier, he was the coach at Bowie State when I was a freshman. I ain't gonna say the year, because now that I really put my age out there, but he was the football coach for Bowie State when I was there.
Yeah, he talks about Bowie State all the time. How I was coaching there and all that.
That's a good guy. That's my guy. Definitely a great coach. Shout out to Coach Frazier.
Yeah, definitely crazy.
Malik, do you have any pre-game rituals you like to do before a game, whether it's a meal, music, or a movie?
I'll make a playlist for the year. I'll just shuffle that playlist for the season, and then before the game, I'll go out there with my quarterback. We'll do the same things we do before every game, and then really nothing specific though. I used to be a little superstitious when I first came to college, and I just was like, I'm just gonna go play.
I remember when I was playing, me and my friends, we used to get together and watch the movie The Program. It would be a football movie, either The Program, Any Given Sunday, and Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. I definitely the day.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Certain highlights. I'll say that before the game, I'll watch certain highlights. Like Tavon Austin, since I was a kid, he's gone. That's for sure the night before. Tank Dell's a receiver I watch, and I'll say Justin Jefferson. Them 3.
They get busy. Like those are 0 to 100 receivers. They can catch it and take it to the house at any given moment, whether it's a 3-yard slant, a 10-yard post, or a go route.
Yeah, they were where I want to be, so I might as well study who's there.
Absolutely, and that's the whole part of the game is the mental reps, the studying the habits, studying the things that work. Selection experience. How did you feel when you first found out that you were selected to the HBCU Legacy Bowl?
I mean, I was excited because coming in, even older receivers in my group can attest to this. I just always said I wanted to be in, like, I want to lead, like, I want to be able to make the Legacy Bowl. So I had teammates throughout the years who got snubbed. We had receivers that did numbers to be able to make it but couldn't. So I was just excited for me and all my brothers that couldn't make it.
Have you had any conversations with previous team members or friends from other universities who may have had the experience of going in the years before? And what was their advice?
Yeah, I had talked to Romello Williams, my quarterback from last year. He was just saying, like, I just got to be coming there prepared. Like, it's everything after college. He's telling me everything's it's like an interview. Like, it's like everything you're doing, you're watching. You feel me? So from practice to how you stretch, to how you play, all that matters.
Wow, okay. So all eyes on you at all times.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your journey and your background. Can you share a bit about your journey to college football and what motivated you to want to pursue that path?
So I want to say, like, throughout my high school career, I really wanted to play basketball. I was a two-sport guy, but once I got to like my junior year and I realized like I'm not peaking too far above 5'10", so it's like I gotta be ready. So I didn't really have a good year of football until my senior year. I was really a basketball player. So my senior year is when I came out. I played quarterback, receiver, safety, corner. So I originally got offered here to play corner, and then once I came on the visit and everything, I showed him. I guess I showed Coach Barlow that's at Tennessee State right now. I showed him a clip of me dunking. And he was looking at me a little weird, like, oh, you can dunk. So boom, then they had seen matches saying they'll let me play receiver. Then I just took advantage of everything I could do since then.
Man, so you played in high school. You played quarterback, receiver, and DB.
Yeah.
So you have an unfair advantage on a lot of DBs because you know the inside outside technique. Like you can read their hips. You know how to break on a route, to twist around. Then on a quarterback, as a quarterback, what are the soft spots, the zones, and so you got a advantage on a lot of them. And I'm pretty sure that with all of that skill set you put together, and as you have displayed time after time, year after year at Virginia State, how you're able to exploit those matchups.
Yeah. I just felt like that just gave me for me being a quarterback's best friend. That's the number one rule at receiver. Like you gotta know what the quarterback. You want to know what the quarterback's thinking. You want to know what you thinking. So I just feel like me playing all these positions, it just like even when I'm lined up on a DB, I feel like when me hard press, I know which hand he gonna shoot. So I just feel like it helped me a little bit.
Yeah. And look, have you ever had a matchup where a DB walked up on you and you can tell because whether it's a shell or something, they might come up
Yeah.
with a press, but then back. Have you ever had a matchup where you was like, got him?
Yeah, nah, definitely. I mean, I watch film, so I didn't so I really go understand how you. It's some guys that don't even press. So if you walk up, I know they're bluffing. If some people that just, it's some teams like Bowie yourself. They want to play man to man. They want to see your face.
Damn, hey, listen, Elizabeth City State linebacker, he was like, I asked him what was his most memorable game. He said, don't get mad at me, but it was the Bowie game. He was like, Bowie homecoming. I'm like, dang, like, is this a shot? But I understand.
Receiver, it's like when we play Bowie, like our coaches tell us, like you gotta win. Like when we play Bowie, like even since my freshman year, we had a tough game. My freshman year, they beat us by 20 points on homecoming. So that was just my wake up to cause. Like they really out here putting hands on people. They ain't really put hands on me, but I see that happen. So
yeah, I remember that game. I think that's the game when Joshua Pryor took a fumble to the crib.
Yeah, I was chasing them. They tried to kill me.
Let's talk about your HBCU experience. How has being a part of an HBCU shaped your football career and your personal growth?
I just feel like it's played a big role, even just me wanting to go to college in general, for like a lot of black kids, like coming from so I don't really see a lot of kids go to like Alabama or Louisville where I'm from. It's just like I've seen a lot of people in my family been in Virginia State, so boom, I came here. It just felt like home when I got here.
Oh, okay, so you're from Louisville, Kentucky,
Nah,
right?
I was just comparing schools, like different big
Oh,
schools.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. If you could sum up HBCUs in one word, what would it be?
I'll say energetic. Like it's always something going on here. It's fun over there. It could be somebody having a terrible day over here, but somebody still bringing them up to have a good day. Like I just say energetic.
Let's talk about your goals and intentions. What are your main goals for the HBCU Legacy Bowl, and how do you plan to stand out?
I just want to like show the world that what I really can do. Like, cause coming from a D2 HBCU, it's not really you don't get too many opportunities. So just playing on NFL Network with scouts watching me, I just want to show them what I can do.
Absolutely, maximizing your opportunities.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of the NFL and NFL Network, part of the process is, you guys get to work out for 32 NFL scouts, GMs. What are your thoughts and excitement towards that? And how do you plan to showcase your specific skills or attributes you're hoping to showcase?
I know for me, like I'm a smaller guy, so it's really me being fast and just being aggressive with my size. So I just feel like I can just just be prepared when I get there. So like I'm attacking the weight room now. I'm out here really running to better myself, so I'm prepared for this moment.
Absolutely. And as you said, us shorter guys, there'd be a knock on the height. But listen, just like you said, you named a couple Tank Dell. I even said Steve Smith, some shorter receivers
Definitely.
who basically dominated and basically they had the DBs eating out the palm of their hands.
Yeah.
So we got a comment. We got what a legend from Stunner Edwards.
Yeah, that's my brother right
That's
there. Shout out my brother.
shout out. That's your brother.
Yeah, that's my nephew. I say my nephew. But
What's
just like
going on, Neff? Appreciate you for joining in. And absolutely, what a legend. Now the world get to see everything that you guys been privy to see for such a long time. Now he's able to put that talent on display, for an opportunity that a lot of kids like us look forward to being able to just have the opportunity to showcase your talents and your skills in front of, the 32 NFL scouts, GMs, and coaches. So Malik, what advice and inspiration would you give to a younger athlete who aspires to follow in your similar footsteps?
now it's so many outlets to be great. You just keep working. Like even when you feel like you're not making no progress, just keep working. Because when I was younger, I felt like I was 5'2" for years. I just thought I wasn't gonna grow. Like I just kept going at it, and they just feel like when you get your opportunity, just seize the opportunity.
It's funny. I think out of the seven interviews thus far with the gentlemen, the players who were afforded an opportunity to play in the HBCU Legacy Bowl, when I asked that question, all of you basically say the same thing but differently. And it's more so, don't stop, keep grinding. When it look like it's getting hard, push through it. Whenever you hit those moments or those trials, keep going through, allow it to build the adversity. A lot of you are saying the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's something you just gotta have with you coming from, or just being an underdog in general. Just coming from a D2 or HBCU, we all underdogs. So I feel like we all got somewhat same mindset.
Absolutely. And, when you talk about the HBC Legacy Bowl and all that it brings, have you ever been to New Orleans?
Yeah, actually, I had one time. My cousin happens to coach in the NFL, so I went to an NFL game when I was younger, a Saints game.
Okay, okay. But you haven't been there as an adult recently.
Oh, no, not since I was like a kid.
Are you a food person?
Yeah, I definitely am. I know. I love
What?
seafood, so I know.
I was about to ask you, is there a food or a dish that you're looking forward to getting once you get to New Orleans?
Probably like gumbo because I done had it when I was younger here, but I feel like it's not the same if you don't get it from where it came from.
It ain't authentic.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried crawfish?
No, I haven't tried crawfish. I've tried every seafood I think besides crawfish. I mean, I've tried, but I don't really know how to eat it. So, like, you gotta.
No, and I think
It's
that's
food.
my issue too.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to trying all that if I can get my hands with it.
What is one of the things that you besides the opportunity, because I do understand that's a business trip. But what are one of the things that you're most forward and looking forward to and just touching down, like, what is something that when you first get there, I'm doing this.
When I first get there, I don't know. I mean, really, when they give me the pads and everything, I'm just gonna take it in the moment. Cause like when I was like this stuff I dreamed for when I was younger, just having the opportunity to play in things like this. So just taking in everything, not just being so focused on like just playing great, just enjoying the moment, just letting my play just do itself.
Yeah, and one of the things I want to share, man, that something that you said that I believe is a testament as well is that it's an opportunity that you get, right? And when I look at somebody like Elijah Williams, Elijah was a defensive tackle for Morgan State last year. Elijah went to HBCU Legacy Bowl. He dominated every single practice, every week, every day they were reeling about Elijah, and then come the draft, you don't get drafted. He's then undrafted by the Vikings. He get invited to rookie mini camp. Then he gets invited to training camp, and he makes the 53-man roster this year. When you talk about seeing individuals like that who are coming from the HBCU level, and honestly, it's something that we say in our culture a lot: get it out the mud because nothing is given to us when we attend an HBCU. Like when you look at Alabama's and the Miami's, and no shade to them, but it's automatically ascended that, oh, these players are great. These are NFL caliber players. But HBCU got the same caliber players. You just gotta come check us out.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like just cut like with different schools like that, it's just they just seen the foundation throughout the years. But with HBCUs, like when they like we could run a 4-4 and a guy Alabama could run a 4-4, they gonna value his 4-4 a little better. So it just feel like we just gotta take that extra step, just go the extra mile. That's why I was saying opportunity just so important.
And shout out to Surrender Robinson. Malik is a great player and a great human. Thank you guys for tuning in and supporting Malik. Another one, Lorenzo, stay great, and the Lord will continue to order your steps, guys. Now that one for sure. You know, write it down, make it plain, and speak it into existence.
Yes,
It
sir.
all falls in order. So I ain't gonna hold you long. Last question I wanted to ask you: future aspirations beyond the NFL. What are your long term aspirations, both on and off the field?
Uh, Off the field, I just want to say just being a great black man to just be a leader for the rest of the community, like for the younger kids and all that. So I just feel like that's one thing I want to do with my life. And then other on the field, just keep being a dog, just be better every day, every second, every whatever chance I got to get better, get better.
I'm gonna do something different with you. I ain't doing none of the other ones. Um, what is give a fun? You might not want to give a fun fact about you that maybe nobody knows about.
Fun fact: uh, middle school, I played the viola. I'll say that. That's one thing I can remember.
You said you played using a band.
Yeah, and it's not the band. I think it's the chorus. No, it's not the chorus.
Uh,
It's I for orchestra.
look, don't get listen. If my son heard me say that, he'd be like, "Really, Dad?" He'd give me a look because he's in the band, and every time I say
Yeah.
something, he'd be like, "Really, Dad? Really?"
Nah, it was a
I'm
long
like,
time.
"Yes,
I really
right."
enjoyed.
You from the 757?
Nah, I'm from Woodbridge, Virginia, but it's still Virginia. So, I
Right.
yeah,
Shout out to my guy Mitch Scott. Mitch is a good friend of mine, man. He's from the 757. He's also a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And, we've been licking our wounds, for the last couple of years, and so I have no idea what they're gonna look like on this Sunday. I don't even want to talk about them.
yeah.
So here we go. That's my. Let me get off of here. That's my baby. Mom is so love you and stay on your path that God has paid for you. Love hearing you speak your truth. Absolutely.
Love you, mom.
Absolutely. And honestly, and thank you, Mom, for tuning in and sharing your comment because ultimately that's the whole process and the plan that I have really is to give these student athletes an opportunity to speak their truth their way on their terms. To where other people don't have to. So now people don't gotta, when somebody say, oh, this is Malik is, nah, you heard Malik. You know how Malik operate, so I am who I am, and this is who I am, not who somebody tries to make me out to be. So again, I appreciate you for even just taking the opportunity and the time to sit with me and have this conversation.
Yes, sir. Of course, it definitely seemed genuine. So no, why not accept it?
Absolutely, man. And I appreciate it. Like I said, I will see you in New Orleans, man. Listen, it's going to be crazy. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. I can't wait to get out there. Because for me, I not only do I do the interviews, but I'm also on the field, so I'll be taking a whole lot of flicks. I'm gonna be flicking it up on that Saturday and that practice too. But I look forward to meeting you personally. Then also, once we touch down in Louisiana, I'll definitely get up with you, do an interview, at the hotel, at the player hotel, and get to learn more about you, meet you, and everything. And again, man, good luck and best of luck going forward.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. God bless you.
Absolutely, man. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Pitt Sports Zone, Pitts and Push, Sports Talk Radio, coming to you live. Y'all already know what it is. All things HBCU. Let's get it. Tuesday night. Tomorrow, join us at 6:30 p.m. We got Eric Hunter, the linebacker from Morgan State. It's going down. Don't stop. HBCU everything.
The only way to describe the Ravens locker room after a 26-24 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers is stunned. A win tonight would have sent them to the playoffs, and they would have also secured their third division championship. But Tyler Loop was unable to make the game-winning field goal, missing it wide right, and that ended the Ravens season. Here's what Loop had to say after the game.
I caught a little bit. Operation was great. It was a great situation, exactly what we wanted. And unfortunately, I just mishit the ball. Hit it. We call it hitting it thin. It spins fast and goes off to the right. And yeah, that was it.
In an act of support, Loop's kicking team of Nick Moore and Jordan Stout stood on both sides of him while he spoke to the media. I asked Jordan how he thinks Loop will grow and develop from this teaching moment.
No one should have to start out their rookie year like this, especially at the end of the year. Like, he doesn't get another chance to show people what he's capable of. But yeah, 10 years down the line, when he's the best in the league, I think he'll look back on it as the moment that made him.
This was a game where the Ravens offense had their good moments and the defense had their good moments. But when it really mattered, Lamar Jackson rallied this team back into the game and set up that game-winning field goal. Prior to that, the defense wasn't able to get a stop to keep the Steelers from scoring. And Alohi Gilman, he spoke a little bit more about the defensive performance as well.
Didn't get a stop when we needed to. That's disappointing. Little things we could have done. Also, football, stuff happens.
As the Ravens try to put this loss behind them, there are questions this offseason as this team did not perform up to the standard and they missed the playoffs after going to the AFC Championship just 2 years ago. John Harbaugh's job is going to be in question. Whether or not the Ravens make a move, that's going to be up to Steve Biscotti. However, Derrick Henry said that he wants to see Harbaugh here, but it's not his decision.
I love Coach Harbaugh, love the team, love the organization. As far as those decisions, that's all about pretty great. I don't make those decisions, but I love everybody in this organization and try the best this year. Just didn't do enough.
This is Karita Parks. That has been your final Ravens rundown of the regular season. It has been a pleasure. Be sure to follow Bowie TV Sports throughout the off season, and tomorrow is locker room clean out. So stay with us at Bowie TV Sports, and you can also catch us on Comcast in Prince George's County.
Tyler, can you take us through the last kick and what went wrong?
Just before that, just want to say I'm super grateful to Baltimore and the organization, the city, just how they've embraced me this year has been incredible. And just for a time like that sucks. And, I want to do better. And unfortunately, the nature of the job is, you have makes, and those are awesome, and then unfortunately you have misses, and for that, for that to happen tonight sucks. We've been through a lot of adversity this year as a team early on, and we fought, and we worked really hard together, and those guys have had my back, and I want to try my best to have theirs. And it's disappointing and it sucks, but also the nature of the job is I gotta move on, and I gotta get ready for the next kick, and that's next year, and tomorrow starts training for that, and spend the off season and the rest of the time getting ready for that. And I love this team and I love these guys, and I wish it had ended different. I'm super blessed to be here, and it's been one of the most amazing experiences being a kicker for the Ravens. And it's time to move forward and get back to work so I can keep doing good things for Baltimore. And that's awesome.
Tyler, was there something technical with the kick that went wrong on it? Did you kick the ground first, or?
I caught a little bit. Operation was great. It was a great situation, exactly what we wanted, and unfortunately I just mishit the ball. Hit it. We call it hitting it thin. It spins fast and goes off to the right, and that was it.
Tyler, in warm-ups today, were you feeling any comfort? How were you feeling about just kicking in the stadium, just a hard kick?
Yeah, felt great. We had good warm-ups. I feel like our extra points through the course of the game were good, struck well. Felt good about our operation and everything, and when it came down to it, just didn't come together.
After such a big moment when you're mixed in behind you guys coming up, just how much does it mean to you to have support guys coming up and making sure you're all right?
That's a special thing about this team, man. You saw it this year. You start 1-5, and that's tough, and then the team never flinched, and that was the thing that was really special. The thing that I had talked to some of my close friends, my parents, mentors outside. It's just the thing that's so special about this team is it's so close. And the guys love each other and they care about each other, and that makes it that makes it incredibly be a Baltimore Raven, and that's just true of our organization, and it stings, it hurts for a time like that, but having those guys have my back means the world to me.
It's just kind of how the season's gone. Just start 1-5 to get to this point, to have a chance for things to end the way that they did. Just it's one thing in mind.
Loss is not fun. Just wasn't good enough today. Congrats to it.
How long does a loss like this, how long does that take to get over in the offseason?
I don't even think about it right now. The game just got hard work over, so processing that, stuff like that.
What's kind of your just emotions after you see the kick this to the right there? Realize what had happened.
I didn't watch it. Fortunate it happened. No one else to say. Game's over. They won.
Derek, we all know it's a team sport, but how tough is that for a rookie to, not be able to get the job done there in that moment?
Yeah, I was feel for Tyler. I talked to him. I just told him just keep his spirits up. Deal with it tonight, and then tomorrow the sun rises again. I just told him that the story after this is gonna be great for him, because God will put him in this position to use him as an example. To something that is adversity, and then can't wait to see him overcoming on the other side. But I just told him to trust God playing, man. He would put him in a position he wasn't strong enough to handle it. It was tough right now, but I think when it's all said and done, he look back on it, appreciate the move.
Just reflection of the season. Just reflection from the season. Just going through my head right now.
Lodi, kind of touched on it, starting the season 1-5. Said you guys weren't supposed to be here, just the highs and lows to get to this point. The roller coaster at the end of the game, just kind of, how can you even process all of that right now?
Yeah, I think ultimately, I look at, my season, and it kind of it goes into play with how our season went. I feel like I had good plays, I had definitely more bad plays this year than normal. That was to my standard, but that's just kind of how the season went. I think when I did get a turnover, we were 6-1 or 2, and when we didn't, obviously we lost some. So it's just it was a lot of highs and lows this year. A lot of just self-inflicted wounds. We just never quite got to be the brand consistently, drive after drive, that we kind of wanted in game after game, and just was rough.
What was it like seeing Kyle suffer that concussion, and how do you feel like that affected you guys as a defense?
Yeah, obviously Kyle's major. They moved me inside. We kind of adjusted the defense a little bit, but what Kyle does a lot of times, he doesn't have a lot of picks and forced fumbles, but what he does in the run game, defeating linemen, guys that are 100 pounds more than him, open field tackles. He is not replace. He's not a guy that you can just plug and play somebody play the same way. So it made us adjust how we were calling our defense. And we obviously tried to fill the gaps, but we just weren't able to get it done down the stretch.
You guys been here a long time. This team has come up short, the past couple of years. Just kind of where do you think things go here, given how the past couple of years have gone?
I mean, shoot, it could be a lot of change. Obviously this is a business. They'll do their meetings, and they'll figure out who needs to stay, who needs to go. Myself, I really don't speak for myself. I just wait and see if I'm part of the plans going forward, or if I'm not, and if I am, my standard of play this year just was not how I wanted. I've never been a guy that give up explosive passes like that, and you asked earlier about what's going through my head. I think I have it just didn't really, the preparation I put in, the time I put in, the numbers I put in, I ran the fastest I've ever ran this past training camp, and it just nothing really matched up to kind of how I would performed on Sundays, and so it's going to be honestly a deeper study than what I've probably ever done, just trying to figure out what exactly was it. But the thing that's encouraging is, honestly, even during the game, I go over to Steelers sideline while somebody was down, and Mike Tomlin gives me a message, and it encouraged me I can still be a good player in this league. Teams still look at me like an elite player, and I can figure this thing out. And I'm not really too worried about it at all. But it's a lot going through my head. I'm kind of rambling, but I'm excited to wherever I'm at to be playing football next year, and I think I'll be able to play at a very high level.
It was tough. I mean, obviously it's football. It was a bang play. I was more worried about Kyle just because I knew I hit him pretty good. Just hate the way it went down like that, but that's football, and I got a lot of love for him, obviously, and I hope he'll recover all right, which I know he will, but football.
It's just what's going through your mind right now, coming off that kind of game, that finish?
It's a lot. It's a lot of emotions. I mean, didn't get a stop when we needed to. That's disappointing. Little things we could have done. Also, football, stuff happens. But I think you just look at the journey, and it's like we weren't supposed to be here, 1-5, to get an opportunity to get to the playoffs, and it didn't go our way. But I got a lot of love for these guys, a lot of love for the players, my teammates, my coaches. So disappointed, but blessings and gratitude for the journey that unfolded for us.
Lloyd, what can you take away from that journey? I mean, you talked about it 1-5, weren't supposed to be here. I know it ended in disappointing fashion, but just when you think about it all.
Yeah, I mean, for me as a player, I mean, obviously I had an interesting journey and being a part of that. For me, obviously I go back to my faith. God is in the details, so you can't question it. 1-5, to get an opportunity, a chance to be able to compete in the playoffs. Didn't go our way, but you can't second guess it, you can't question it. That's football, that's life, that's the journey. But all I can think of is just my teammates, my coaches, just what we poured into it. So much respect for that. And God is in the details, so we just keep it moving from here.
Just take us through what you saw on that final drive. It seemed like you guys handled Aaron Rodgers pretty well, but just on that last drive.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we thought we did pretty well. Gave him a couple easy pitch and catch. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is one of the best, if not, you know, one of the GOATs of the game. So he can see the field really well. The screen kind of got away on us. The one before that with the slant, could have limited that one as well. And then just football at the end, you know, it's football. It goes on all of us, the whole defense. There's plays from the whole game that we could have done better at.
I know.
That's how it unfolded, but yeah.
As you said, there's a lot that happens in a game to get to that point. But just someone who's been through football, played a lot of football in your career, what can you say to Kyle right now?
Oh man, just my message before. I've been through some tough losses, a couple in the playoffs. I've made my own mistakes as well. You never second guess. You prepare all you can, and you let God handle the rest. So Tyler will be good. He's obviously devastated right now. We just put our arms around him, and you know, we'll move on from there.
No, I think it only gets harder. You know, coming up short with the type of team that we have, you know, doesn't feel good.
Did it feel like this kind of epitomized the season? You know, opportunities there within your grasp, and then it's not.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we saw a lot of similar things happen where, you know, we just fell short. Felt that we had a, you know, good chance to win it multiple times in the game, and didn't close out when we needed to, and you know, that's our fault, and you know, there's a lot of things we could do better to fix that.
How do you kind of describe yours and the team's frustration level for those reasons?
You know, everyone's really frustrated, everyone's very upset, you know, not just losing, but in the manner in which we lost. And, you know, a lot of guys in here don't really feel, you know, as we've been, you know, physically beaten down or anything like that. We thought, you know, we played a really good physical game, and results didn't come out the way we wanted.
Ronnie, whenever you come up short, there's always talk of change, whether that's players, coaches. Obviously, there's been a lot of attention on John's status. He's the only coach you've ever had. Do you still think he's the guy here going forward to get you guys where you need to go?
Yeah, I mean, I just let those guys handle those things. You know, my job is to lead my line, lead my offense, lead the guys that are in the locker room. You know, that's what I try to keep my focus on, and you know, try to keep it simple. So, you know, I love Harbs, and you know, everything he's done for the team. And, you know, whatever they handle, that's their business.
What did you think of Lamar's performance in that fourth quarter?
I thought Lamar performed great. You know, nothing short of, you know, what I'm used to, and you know, what I see from him, and you know, the excitement I get from playing with him, and you know, seeing the type of plays he makes. You know, the stress and pressure. You know, it never gets old.
Ron, yeah, that's Roquan talked about how he felt like a lot of times the defense wasn't the right call, but the execution from play to play was just lacking and lackadaisical at times on offense. Just as you kind of look back at the season, did you feel like there were similar problems with the attack?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big part of it. You know, you can be in the perfect call, but it comes down to winning your battles, making sure you have good technique and fundamentals to execute that call. You know, and you know, you can be in the perfect call, but if you don't execute it properly, it's not going to do much.
When you get down, you know, after that likely catch, I know it's not over until, you know, clock says 0, but did it feel like you guys won the game or were about to win the game?
You know, we definitely felt we had a strong chance to. We knew the game wasn't over yet. You know, just keep playing ball as much as we can, and but we definitely felt, very good, moving the ball down the field.
Well, I put this down. For 18 weeks I've been up here, and I'm certain the word that I've said the most is finish. And sometimes we did, and other times we didn't. And it's really important to see that tonight, to see us finish like a super challenging season by the guys, absolutely, I thought, just fighting their ass off. It's been tough. Lost a lot of players to injury, and some really just tough moments. And so for me to see them, it was just cool to see the players who were able to, to battle for one another. That's what we said this would be about. I'm proud of the team tonight. They fought and they finished, and that's what I was looking for going into it, and this like the most difficult time. There'll be plenty of time for reflecting, and that's definitely going to happen soon, but I'm in no way in that space right now. And so let's save that conversation for later this week. Promise I'll give you all the time I can, but I'm not there tonight. But all that said, I'm glad to open up to questions regarding the game.
What did it mean for you to see Bobby get that 2,000 club?
I was like super proud. In fact, it was like a cool moment tonight, John, that I asked London to be in the locker room as well. So for only 3 players in the history of our game to have over 2,000 tackles, with Ray and London and Wags now part of it, it's fitting. He's the best tackler I've coached. And so, like to have that happen, like you could see how important we were for that. I looked at the stat line at the half, and I was not so, okay, let's blitz him, let's get some more tackles. But in true Wags fashion, he will find a way. He's remarkable in so many ways. I showed the team yesterday, just got his MBA from Howard with a 4.0. Like, of course he did. Like, why would he get a B in anything? Like, that's be so un-Wags-like in so many ways. So I was really happy that London was there too, John, because these are 2 guys I said, man, like, don't stand too close. These guys will tackle you to the parking lot and the locker room. Like, it's what they do. But it's pretty rare to have those two guys together. And so that was important for me to have London. I asked him, please come down early so you could be here from the radio broadcast. And so to see those two guys together at different times, different eras, but very cool.
Last time we were here, it didn't work out so well. Obviously, circumstances are different, but, you know, it just feels good to get a win, to start the year off with a win, and just try to end the season on as positive note as you can.
You entered some pretty impressive company tonight. What does that mean for you personally to have that kind of career longevity, just to be able to get that kind of accomplishment?
It means a lot because, you know, it was a long time ago when I reached out to those guys, and they were so grateful with their time, giving me advice, helping me, answering any question that I had, spending time with me. And so to join a group with them is just a blessing and, you know, something I'm proud of just because, you know, I just tried to apply what they taught me as much as I could. And you know, I was grateful. Say it one more time.
Was there a point in the season where you maybe have to fight through frustration to be able to get to this end of the season to continue to fight?
Obviously, the season didn't go the way that we wanted to, but I think as competitors and, you know, people that want to win for the city, you have to just go out there and put your best foot forward, and that's all we did. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't, but we can walk away with a lot of positive and figure out how to fix things.
First of all, how do you feel that you finished individually, and how does it affect what you want to do going forward?
I feel fine, and I have not thought about anything outside of today.
Bobby, you've obviously been here 2 years. 1 year was great. 1 year team-wise wasn't as great. Does it give you some confidence that you could, if you did come back, or this organization is close to being able to flipping it and having a year more like last year?
I haven't thought about anything outside today. I'm just grateful that we got a win today, and I like how we fought, and you know, we were able to kind of close it out from a defensive standpoint, and something to be proud of.
What things did you see? Someone's been around, you've seen a lot. What things did you see from this team this year that maybe could lead to a quicker bounce back maybe from next year?
Honestly, I think a lot of the things that we had were a lot of injuries. We had a lot of, you know, situations injury-wise that played a role, and you know, I think there's so much talent in this room, and you just have to build on that. I think there's a lot of young guys poised to make a jump next year, and that's where the injury's at.
This will be a lot to discuss. I said, dang, I got spoiled already. It was one good season. And I was like, oh, I don't care what they do. I don't care what they do. I distinctly remember last year at Combine, I was working. I promise you all I did my job, right? But all of those player availabilities and media availabilities, I was like, please, I'm not going to none of that. I'm sleeping in, and I'll go find people I know later. And you're welcome.
They appreciate you,
Thank you all
Scott.
for watching.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for
Appreciate
this compliment. I know that this has been a rough season to watch. Yes, if you have tuned on to Bowie TV, if you've been following me on X, I'm at Seawall SE. If you are subscribed to the Bowie TV YouTube channel, I'm telling you, 19 Commanders. It's all featured from end of season interviews to one-on-ones with myself, talking about a variety of things. We play a game here, and we'll go ahead and play it because I played it with the players today. And it's what's your one word? And I said, what's your one word to describe how you're feeling at the end of the season? What this day feels like, all the things. So I'll go ahead and play that with you all. And like I said, there's so many. Make sure you look at the videos, you look at the shorts. in the end of season interviews as well. So what are you all's one words? Like I played this with the players. And I think George already said, Quan Martin, his was rough.
Yeah.
And so chatted with him on camera, on record, one-on-one. And so I don't know if anybody else has any one words.
One word. I'll give you my one word real quick. For the season, the totality of the season.
I asked how they felt today. How they felt was over.
Disappointing.
Yep. Okay. Disappointing. Yep. Okay. I don't know if anybody else has any one words, but go on. We're gonna play some of the player interviews this evening.
Oh, George got laughable.
Okay.
No, Paul fooled. George is laughable. Santiago's disappointed.
Yep.
Scott frustrated. George also abysmal.
Yeah.
George, just 2 words, man. You only got one, man.
Right. So
frustrating.
The fan base and of course the players gonna have a different perspective.
You got a lot now coming, so you should have
blown, setback.
NASDAQ has blown, yeah.
It's gonna be different for them. If you they have different perspectives, of course. I think one of them may have used the word I had. But I won't tell you what that was unless we get to their interview, because it's a lot. We have a ton of content, so make sure you all are locked in on that. Let's just go ahead and get into some clips and some conversations, because those always kind of lead into more conversations. Yes, I was at Adam Peters and Dan Quinn's press conference tonight. We're not going to dive. Well, I mean, if you have questions, I will, of course, answer them, but I'm not doing necessarily a use your clues on that.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because this is going to be, this is the process. I took my off season last year seriously, in that I seriously did nothing because I was like, whatever they do, whoever they draft, I don't care. Like, whatever you like to do is fine with me. So I just, but now everybody's got to work really hard. But nobody's working as hard as they are because they have a lot of work to do. So with that being said, I'm just going to probably jump into some of these clips from last night. I don't even know what order they are in. So let me start with Josh Johnson from after the game yesterday. There was not a microphone in the room, you all. So sometimes I see comments and they're like, oh, the audio sucks. And it does. And every time, sometimes the room is just not set up, even when we go to other stadiums. So if you hear or ever see anyone complaining about audio issues, you use your trusted insider here, Candy Sewall Waller from Bowie TV, to tell you that oftentimes when we are at other stadiums, other spaces, things happen and or the room is not audio equipped and they don't have a microphone. So that was one of these instances where there was not a microphone. I asked Josh Johnson about the quarterback room. As we all know this season, who would have thought it that they went through 3 quarterbacks this season? So I asked Josh just about, the room, and you've probably heard me ask this question a few times throughout the season because it's so interesting. And once you get down to the 3rd string quarterback, really having to game plan, it's a thing. So I asked him about it after last night's game, which was a win. And I still feel like that was an important point because, hey, listen, I'm going to do my part in making sure people feel motivated. Not that they needed me to motivate them, but I definitely, one of the legends for sure told me before the game, they were like, you sure are excited. You sure are loud out here. Because I was like, I'm just talking. And I feel like the energy needs to be right because how else are we going to make it through the day? Anyway, so anyway, you got to, turn your lemons into lemonade. Why don't we? So, and it was still the Eagles. So it should mean something, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, I was totally mad. I was like, oh,
I don't know.
You know, when I realized it was a thing, they were very upset in that building.
I mean, the fans were. I mean, they're Philly fans though. They're weird though. They're weird though.
But my fellow media colleagues in Philadelphia were upset.
Why they
That's
lost?
when I knew. I
They
said,
mad at they mad they lost.
yeah, like maybe I should twirl around in my chair a little bit more. Maybe I should really do it. Make myself spin around and spin around.
They played the backup quarterback. I don't even know. They played the backup quarterback.
But here's what I'll tell you. Absolutely 1000%. They were like, okay, because they can beat the Commanders. They were very upset.
They were sitting. They saw once I saw that they benched
they were
Smith after he got his bag. I was like, this is like, it is what it is. But I'm glad it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, they should be mad at the coach for not playing players. That's how I look. I don't think that's.
They cared about the seeding, and because he really thought. I mean, let's just be honest. He really thought they could beat him, and I mean, he did. He almost did. I mean, it wasn't like.
I mean,
it wasn't like his thought was far fetched.
Yeah, they'll be all right. Exactly, they'll be all right. They ain't
right. But once, I mean, hey, you got to read the room. And once I read the room, and I said, oh well, if everybody else is upset, that must be my sign to smile.
Yeah, Philly mad at they do be mad after wins too. They're a funny fan base. They're just a fickle fan base.
The reporters,
the reporters. I mean, they all the same.
Like they were, but they really got into this, which I get because I have colleagues over there, and we were talking, and they were definitely like, they need to play Green Bay. And
that's a fact. No. I think that's a fact. I just look at it. I don't look at it.
I was trying to help them out. I was like, hey, well, the 49ers gotta fly. And if Trent's not playing, you still got a chance.
They right. Because it's way easier to play against Green Bay, who they're banged up, than playing the Niners. So they should be mad at their coach. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, obviously, they didn't care. Like, he didn't care about it enough. Like, that's how I look at it, coach. Because if you're dealing with your season, and it's for them. I'm talking about the Eagles. Like, you saw it in other places when they wanted seeding, they played their starters.
Oh yeah, people were still playing yesterday. That's why I'm like, it's people in the playoffs this coming weekend that are playing their behinds off trying to win their game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if ego got in the way. When I say ego, it was like, hey, my backups can beat your starters. Don't even worry about it. I got it.
He could be petty too. He could be petty too and be like, you know what? If y'all get a better draft pick, y'all can be better next year. I don't need y'all getting a better draft pick, so I'll let y'all beat us.
I mean, and I'm like, they did this NFC Championship game. There's no cheering in the press box.
Oh,
they're cheering, and I was like,
"Oh, they were cheering." Dang, they wild, man. They were cheering for real. It's just trash.
What are they gonna do? Be mad I told it? I was just like, you're not supposed to be. Is it me?
I heard from good times. Like Penny. Angry. Good sell you wild, boy.
Man. Oh, at any rate, I know I went on a tangent there.
No, you good. I good.
We decided to take you into
the press box.
The space. It takes you in the press box. You can feel what I was feeling. I'm like, well, if they're upset, then I should be happy.
I mean, that way, yeah.
Opposite.
Yeah, I feel you. On that regard, yeah.
And because it was at this point, we're all delirious, I did get triple dog dared after the game to yell dubs in the chat in the hallway. And I'm not saying I did it.
Okay.
And I'm also not saying that I didn't
do it.
But what I am saying